everybody, it's Lord Tremendous here. Got another battle report here for you. 2,500 point battle. It's the instant rematch from the previous battle report, number 53. Yep, after we got done playing that game, he was instantly into playing another game, and I'll never say no to a game of Warhammer. So, without further ado, this is Lord Tremendous, that's me, of the Warriors of Chaos, versus Slaughtermaster Marcus of the Ogre Kingdoms. This is an exact mirror match of the last game, as I've said 17 times now. My list consists of my Demon Prince, Lord Tremendous. He was the Marcus Zinch. He was level 4 Wizard, Chaos Armor with Wings, Charm Shield, Dragonbane Gem, Other Trickster Shard, Demon Blade, Soul Feeder, Scaled Skin, Laura Metal. My heroes were an Exalted Hero, Tardum, Herald of Zinch. He was my BSB, Marcus Zinch. He's on an unbarded demonic mount with a great weapon, shield, Talisman of Preservation, Poisonous Slime, and Third Eye of Zinch. The newcomer is the Exalted Hero, Lady Elizabeth. She's the Marcus Zinch, Chaos Steed, Shield, Sword of Change, Luckstone, Chalice of Chaos. Last but not least is my Chaos Sorcerer, Fume the Flame Warper. He's the Marcus Zinch. He's a level 2 Wizard. He's got the Enchanted Shield, the Skull of Catan, and the Lord of Zinch. My core choices were a unit of 23 by Chaos Warriors of the Marcus Zinch, Full Command, Hand Weapon Shield, Banner of Eternal Flame. I had 5 Naked Chaos Warhounds and 2 Chariots, 1 Mark Zinch and 1 Mark Slaanesh, the Slaanesh one being Orcish Elegance. My special choices consisted of 5 by Hellstriders, the Pleasure Riders, with Banner Musician, Spears, and Shields, and 5 Chaos Knights with the Mark of Zinch, Banner Musician, Ensorcelled Weapons, and the Blasted Standard. My rare choice was none other than the Mutalith Vortex. Gotta love the beast. My opponent's list was the same list. He had his Slaughtermaster, who was a level 4 Wizard, Armor of Fortune, Crown of Command, and the Lord of the Great Maw. His hero choices were his Butcher, level 2 Wizard, Dispel Scroll, Potion of Toughness, and Lore of Heavens. He had a Bruiser, that was his BSB, and had the Rune Maw. His core choices were 13 Iron Guts with Full Command and the Razor Standard. His special choice was a unit of 8 Man-Eaters with Full Command. Their been there, done that rule was Poison and Stubborn. For the ogres, or for the Man-Eaters had extra hand weapons, and 4 of them had great weapons, and they carried the Banner of Eternal Flame. His rare choices were his Thunder Tusk and 2 Iron Blasters. These are my spells: 4 from Metal, 2 from Zinch, and 1 from the Mutalith. These were his spells. Again, he doesn't have the card, so I did a little cheap slide. His Slaughtermaster had Spine Marrow, Bull Gorger, Troll Guts, and the Maw. His Butcher had Ice Shard, Blizzard, and the Comet of Cassandra, which I dislike. Here's deployment. As you can see, pretty much the exact same thing. I was a little bit more prepared for it. I sent the Hellstriders all the way over to the right simply because I wanted to make sure that they could get over to the cannon, possibly hit it in the flank or rear without catching a grape shot to the face and dying. The dogs, the chariots, the Demon Prince were all set up to either go after the Iron Blaster on that flank or try to get flank choice charges on his Iron Guts. Meanwhile, the rest of my army was situated to deal with the Thunder Tusk, the Man-Eaters, and the final Iron Blaster. I was hoping that the Knights could deal with him. Here's my opponent's right flank. There's his Iron Blaster to our left, followed by his Thunder Tusk, a little bit along the way of the dice pool there. Here's his center. On the left there are his Man-Eaters with his Butcher, his unit of Iron Guts with his Slaughtermaster and his BSB, and of course his Iron Blaster. His second Iron Blaster. This is my right flank. There's my Hellstriders. Here's my center. Zinch Chariot, Demon Prince, Orcish Elegance, the Dogs, the Beast. And my flank. There's my Warriors with Fune, my BSB, and my Knights with Lady Elizabeth. Here's top of turn 1 after movement, and I get to go first! Yes! Yeah, I don't care. I'm excited. I got to go first. And so I did. Everything came running up. For the most part, I kind of wanted him to charge me. If anything did, I was going to more or less flee, depending on what it was charging what. Like, if something charged my BSB, I was all for it. I go for the big Searing Doom on his Iron Blaster because that's worked in the past. It goes off irresistible force, so it's like, yes! But unfortunately, I roll a 3 for the amount of hits. I don't know what it is. And whenever I get like the big of anything off, it's like, yay, 3. So, whatever. I ended up getting 3 hits on it. I think I still put 2 wounds on the stupid thing, but the miscast was a 7. All I do is I lose some power dice in my edge phase ends. Shooting phase doesn't exist because I play a real man's army, so we go to bottom of 1! And he doesn't charge. I was hoping that he would. He didn't fall for it, though. His Thunder Tusk falls back behind the Man-Eaters. His Iron Blaster on the left flank falls back, so the Knights don't have an easy charge. The Iron Guts turn to look at the Demon Prince, and the other Iron Blaster turns to get a shot at the Demon Prince. His Man-Eaters did try to charge my Beast and failed. I did not flee. It was a long charge. I think he needed a 10. During the magic phase, he gets +1 strength and regen off on the Man-Eaters. I really didn't care because I didn't see getting into combat with him anytime soon. He gets Bone Crusher off on my Warriors, and 2 of them get crushed, which I'm not happy about, but you know, it is what it is. And once again, as always, his Iron Blasters misfire 6 and turn to face the back rank. He's the luckiest guy when it comes to misfire that I know. He always misfires 5 or 6, and they always like turn and face the back or whatever. It's never a big deal. So, since he failed to charge, we go to bottom of 2, and as you can see, I didn't charge. The Man-Eaters were too tough, and the Iron Guts are scary as hell. The Demon Prince runs up to get a easy shot at the Iron Blaster and make him move. The Knights come up to kind of pin the other Iron Blaster in place. The BSB moves up to give the Iron Blaster something to grape shot because I'm hoping he'll take that. Meanwhile, going after the Thunder Tusk or the Man-Eaters were on his agenda. And the Dogs run up just in case the Man-Eaters get froggy and go after the Beast again. Magic is useless and I don't shoot, so we go to bottom of 2. And his Man-Eaters, needing a 9, are easily able to make that charge. I think he rolls like a 10 or an 11. Figures. And everything else just kind of moves around a little bit to get a better look at me or a better line of fire. Yeah, he needed a 9 to hit me, and he makes it. So the Warriors aren't long for this world, unfortunately. Over here, the Iron Blaster grape shots the BSB. He hits a ton yet again. 1 gets through because I have a 3-up ward save. So, yay! Over here, once again, misfire 6. I'm telling you, this kid has like sacrificed a virgin to the Great Maw, and apparently it was delicious because every time he misfires, it's a 5 or a 6. Luckiest damn misfire on the planet. So here in combat, my idiot effing Warriors decide, hey, you know what would be fun? Getting face raped by a bunch of Man-Eaters. That'll be a blast. My unit champion gets pulverized by his captain, and like 18 models get killed here. He does like 20 wounds total because of the challenge and everything like that, but it's just insane. I do like 3 wounds back. I think I kill 1 guy. It's effing ridiculous. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know what the problem there is, but the Warriors have just been giving it up way, way too sweet to the Ogres lately. I don't know. My dice really did turn on me. There were witnesses. I will testify to that in court. But, oh, come on, guys. So, yeah, 18 Warriors die, 20 plus combat res, and the F-tards do not stand. They break. The banner gets taken by the Man-Eaters. He wanted it. He doesn't need it on there anymore, but he gets it, and he just carries it around like a trophy because, let's face it, he's earned the damn thing. And the F-tard Warriors go fleeing off the table. They never rally because I need snakes at this point. Oh, they make me sick right now. So we go to top of 3, and who cares? No, we go to top of 3, and again, there's really no charges. My Knights go into the Iron Blaster on the left flank because it's got to die. The Mutalith moves around to look at the Man-Eaters. The Warriors flee off the table, whatever. The Chariots move around to get a better angle at the 2 big units of Ogre that are running around, and the Hellstriders sacrifice themselves to the Iron Guts if they're looking for something to charge. There we are. There's the Knights taking care of that pesky cannon for me. Magic is a wash. There is no shooting, so we go to combat, and the knights easily destroy the Iron Blaster and turn around to find their next victims. So here's bottom of 3 after movement. And the Iron Guts took the bait and went after the Hellstriders. We all know they're dead, but it was better them than anything else, so that's what I was going for. Other than that, the Iron Blaster just kind of stays put to go after the Demon Prince, and the Man-Eaters turn to face the Mutalith. Yeah, the Hellstriders make a noble sacrifice, I suppose. During his magic phase, he gets +1 strength off on his Iron Guts. The Striders were dead anyway, so I let this one go so I could stop the rest of his spells. And in combat, of course, the Hellstriders get splattered, and there's really nothing I could have done about that. They turn to face. So, top of 4 after movement, and there has been some. The Mutalith marches around to get a flank shot at the Man-Eaters. The Demon Prince slams into the other Iron Blaster. I said it! The BSB runs behind the Man-Eaters, and the Knights run up to get a flank on the Man-Eaters. Meanwhile, the 2 Chariots kind of keep everything in place, and the Hounds get in the way of the Iron Guts so that nobody can charge anybody over there. Basically, I'm just trying to cause like a traffic jam. There's a better picture of Tremendous into the Iron Blaster. Magic and shooting are a wash, so we go into combat, and the Demon Prince is easily able to beat him in combat and run him off the table. I don't bother pursuing. I just turn around to face. So here's bottom of 4 after movement. And the Man-Eaters, the Iron Guts charge the dogs. They stayed, because I thought that would be great. And then the Man-Eaters charged the dogs, and they fled. They fled past the Iron Guts, who caught them. But the Man-Eaters did not, and so they failed their charge, giving me a beautiful rear with the Mutalith, the BSB, and a flank with the Knights. So that worked out great. Meanwhile, the 2 Chariots are looking at their front, and I'm okay with that too. His magic is a wash, his shooting is destroyed, so we go to combat. And everything goes into the Man-Eaters. The Knights, the BSB, the Mutalith, and the Chariot slam into the Man-Eaters. The Slanesh Chariot also charged, but failed his charge because, well, you can't get everything all the time. So, oh well. Meanwhile, my Demon Prince runs around to try to get something past Rune Maw just for fun. Oh yeah, time to avenge my warriors. Although I think the main problem was they don't zip up their armor, and it's just, yeah, they expose their soft, supple flesh. And it's annoying. It's annoying. But anyway, they go in to avenge the warriors. And it's a damn good start. Like 4 Man-Eaters die, 4 or 5 Man-Eaters die. It's a lot. Yeah, the amount of damage I do in here is insane. The Knights are just a blender. Lady Elizabeth is a psychopath. And yeah, I think the Butcher gets beat up by Lady Elizabeth. The Knights try to get a few attacks off on the ones in the back. The BSB rips them apart. The Mutalith rips them apart. Impact hits do their part. It was good. But they're stubborn and they stick around. So here's bottom of 5 after movement, and all the Iron Guts can do is turn around and face. In the ensuing combat, I literally face stomp the rest of them to death. No Man-Eater survives. They're all dead. They don't break. They get killed. We don't want anybody running away and telling the tale of what happened to the warriors. We want every Man-Eater and the Butcher destroyed. So we do. I do end up losing a couple of, or 3 of my Knights in this one, which is a shame, but that's really it. The Chariot and everything else survives quite nicely. So we go to top of 6, and since I don't really have a choice, he got Comet off last turn, and so I had to get away from it anyway. Everything charges the Iron Guts. The Mutalith charged last. Although he did make the charge, there was no room for him, so it's a failed charge. He moves forward like 2 inches, and the Comet is going to just zot him at this rate. There's a better picture of just going all in. I'm just trying to kill the Iron Guts, and it's not going to be easy. They're a real pain in the ass. During the magic phase, the Comet comes crashing in, and it's like 10-inch range or something like that. It clips the back of my Tzeentch Chariot, and it hits the Mutalith. It doesn't hit anything else. The Chariot easily gets killed, and the Mutalith takes a wound. So, all in all, not the worst Comet to ever come crashing into my army, but still, I'm not a huge fan of mushroom clouds springing up in the middle of my game, so my opponent was thrilled. In the ensuing combat, Lady Elizabeth and the knights get splattered, quite literally just splattered. I'm not going to complain though. They did a ton of damage in the what's it called? In the combat. Not to mention they killed Lady Elizabeth was able to kill a butcher. She got +1 armor save or something like that for her Eye of the Gods rolls. So since she already had a 1-up, I didn't even bother showing it. But I think I hurt his BSB a little bit with my Demon Prince. I kind of flub a little bit, but I end up winning this combat. I do kill a few Iron Guts, but it's obviously not enough, and they're stubborn with the damn Slaughtermaster in there. So it is what it is. So we go to bottom 6, and there is no movement. There's nothing. He tries to get some spells off. He ends up forcing regen through, which is fine. There was really nothing I could do about that. And then we go into combat. And in combat, his Slaughtermaster accepts the challenge from my BSB. My Demon Prince kills off his BSB. And while we do beat the crap out of each other, he's still stubborn. No reroll, but he rolls like a 5. So he is able to stick it out in the end, and there's the end of the game. It's quick. It's a really quick game. I'm not just trying to power through it. This Ogre army is so small that the games don't take long. I think the entire game took us an hour and a half. It was kind of nice, actually. You know, once he killed off my warriors, there was really not that many models left on the table. But yeah, that Iron Gut break, I really don't have an answer for it, especially with the Rune Maw on it. Magic is effectively useless against them because even if you get an Irresistible Force off, the Rune Maw will redirect it, and if there's nothing in range to target instead, you're SOL, and you still have to roll the miscast chart. So yeah, that Rune Maw banner is a pain. So yeah, I really don't know what I'm going to do against that Iron Gut break. It is a tough brick to crack, and it's so many points that, you know, you really want it, but I don't know. I'll have to think of something. I think maybe I will. I think I might have to send in a character just with the explicit intent of killing off the BSB, and failing that, just, you know, accepting the fact that that model's probably going to die. Maybe I'll send in my BSB or my general or something. I don't know. But it would be nice to be able to magic that unit, you know what I mean? But it was a good game. It was a damn good game. Quick game, too. Quick timeout. Banners, banners, banners. Get you some banners. Why don't you have a banner? You need a banner. Get a banner. Send this guy an email. Check him out on Facebook. Send him Morse code. I don't care. Snail mail. Just talk to this guy. Why not? Inquire about a banner. It's worth it. All you have to do is send him an email or go check him out on Facebook and say, hey, dude, I've got this army. I've got the unit that needs a banner for something like this. What can you do for me? You know, throw out a little concept to him, and he's going to be like, done. Within a couple of days, you get a sketch, and you're like, I must have that banner. So do it. Send him an email. Check him out on Facebook. Get a banner. Totally worth it. Check out the tokens, wound counters, augments, hexes, potions, Eye of the Gods, mutilus spells, anything that you can think of, the furnace thing, anything that you need, you can get these tokens made. They're the little glass beads, some are bigger than others, you know, but they're all really well made. They got badass high-def pictures on them. Totally worth sending this chick an email and being like, hey, I need some sort of markers for some sort of stuff. And not just Warhammer. If you play a different game, Infinity, 40K, Malifaux, whatever you need markers for, whatever system you need markers for, she makes them. Send her an email, get yourself some tokens. Totally worth it. But yeah, in the end, we totaled up the points, and once again, I squeak by a victory. 1628 for me, 1405 for him. A little bit more of a gap this time, but yeah. Whoo, it was a close one. It was a close one. If I had lost one more unit, I'd have been screwed. It'd have been a draw, or I'd have lost. But yeah, good game. Damn good game. I like playing ogres. They give great combat. The Warriors of Chaos ended up losing Lady Elizabeth, Fune, the Warriors, the Warhounds, and the Tzeentch Chariot, Chaos Knights, and my House Riders. So I lost a ton. The Ogres lost everything but the Iron Guts and their Slaughtermaster. Really close game. I ended up winning it because I got that BSB at the end. Very last kill of the game, bottom of 6. Killing the BSB is all the reason that I won. I'll take it. Hey, win by an inch, win by a mile, right? Really enjoying where my opponent is taking his new lists. I love the man-eaters. I did not think I would, but wow, are they a tough unit. So yeah, really liking where he's going with it, and I think with some revamps and stuff like that, with a few more tweaks, it's gonna be a real tough list to beat. And not the typical Ogre net list, with the exception of the Iron Gut Death Star. But if you have that tool at your disposal, why wouldn't you use it? That's like, gosh, I have all these nails and a perfect weighted hammer to use, but that's too mainstream. I'm going to use a saw. Yeah, I don't understand that logic. I never will. So if that's the way you play, more power to you. I got to go with what works, you know? But I am loving my new list. The Chaos Knights, I'm really, really enjoying. I really like having the exalted hero in there with him, Lady Elizabeth. I'm really enjoying that unit. I think it's going to stay. I know it's going to stay. I'm not thinking it's going to stay. It's sticking around, so I'm starting to get my staples here. But there's still a few other tweaks I'd like to make. There's still some changes I'd like to make to the list. So not next battle report, but probably the one right after that. You'll see some changes that you may or may not like. You know, whichever. It should still be an entertaining report. You can badmouth it on the forums. I don't mind. But yeah, great game, great opponent, and I'm really looking forward to my next game. Should be a lot of fun. But that'll wrap it up for this one, fellas and fellettes, if I have any female listeners out there. Sorry. Yeah, number 54 is all wrapped up. I hope you guys are enjoying what I'm doing here with the lists and with the battle reports. If you have any suggestions or critiques, feel free to put them in the comment section below. I'm always open to any kind of compliments or criticisms, tasteful or otherwise. Really doesn't matter. You're not going to hurt my feelings. But yeah, thanks.